Welcome to my next episode of Rugby. The first game we had for this weekend was a Barbarians-Fiji game. Barbarians proved that to be strong, and with the quality players they had, proved too strong for the Fijians. You can now see that Rugby is doing a pretty good job with the Barbarians. I mean, it's only their second game and they had a very good match against Fiji. There's also a lot of young players in the Barbarian squad that do deserve a spot in their respective nations' teams. Georgia versus Japan. I predicted it will be close, and yet it was. Georgia always plays a hard game, makes it difficult for you, and Japan, they got the win. They're a much better team at this stage, so well done to them. The France Samoa game was very interesting, as the French are showing really good rugby. They have good set pieces. They ran the ball pretty well, and all credit to them. Samoa always makes your life difficult, and I think the French really played well. So I like to see more of them doing very well in their next matches. Ireland, Canada. Ireland did make a game. 8 changes to their squad, bringing in some new players. So very interesting, but still getting the result. Canada's not always going to be a big opponent to take on, so it's some chance to give the young players a game. New Zealand, Italy, same story as Ireland, Canada game. They give some players some rest and brought in some young players. So yes, it's good to see that they stood up and they still took a good win. So, but that's in New Zealand. You can always count on all their players, young, old players, experienced players, or inexperienced players. They're always going to be good. So, well done to New Zealand, taking a big win over Italy. England-South Africa game. Well, what must we say? Being a South African, we disappointed, but at the end of the day, I think England is a better side than we are at this stage, and Eddie Jones was doing a very good job with them. But there's some mistakes, some defensive mistakes we have. I can look at the pillar defense next to the rucks. This scrum I've had 2 breakaways from the ruck, so it's the little things that and on defense that I think we are really struggling with, and but all credit to England. They played a good game, and well done. They took the win. Wales versus Argentina, one of the bigger games this weekend. I think I had Argentina up for the win. I really thought that Argentina, after last weekend's game, would do well, and also I thought that Wales struggled against Australia, and that they might not get it all together this week, but they did. Well, it's still a close match, but Wales were playing well. I've got some nice tries coming from Wales. Scotland-Australia game. Scotland deserved to win the game, but unfortunately, Australia came back with the result, and there's really good positives coming out of this game for both teams, but Scotland really looking good. I hope they do well in their next game. So yes, I think it was very tight, but at the end of the day, Scotland also trying new players, and just losing by 1 point to Australia, which was really, really good. And then another interesting match this weekend that I did not watch, just heard about, was that Germany beat Uruguay. So that's quite interesting to see Germany doing well. I think it's good for other countries, that's not in the top 20 to beat other countries that's, kind of top 20, 21st, 22nd, and fight for place for World Cup 2019. I want to show you some clips where one of the forwards is the first receiver, then gives it to the fly-off, and it opens up space, it opens up an overlap, and this has been working for them. And not all of the teams are trying it, but I see a lot of European teams do it, and New Zealand and Australia will also play the same. Argentina does it, so I think it's a good move. It helps the fly off. It gives the fly off a lot of space. So check out these moves and tell me what you think.
Owens, bigger on the loop, dummy, show, goal, into the 22. Lee Halfpenny in support, 5 metres short.
Selves back in position. The Bayonne hooker, Manu Leatoa, gets the ball into the hands of Filo Paulo. Now, it's a good opportunity here for Samoa. Can they take advantage of this? That was a beautiful pass. Oh, the ball's come out. The hands are great. He needs to try and get himself over, but it's a good tackle by Vakatawa.
I would like to congratulate everyone that won a trophy at the World Rugby Awards, especially this year.
I don't expect to get these awards, but you know, it's an honour to have my name thrown around with the group of players we saw nominated. So, hugely proud and humbled to receive this award.
I think Beauden Barrett is the best player in the world at the moment. He's got speed, he's got agility, he shoots into gaps, he makes gaps, you call it, he makes everything. He is one of the top players, and I think maybe he could be equal to Dan Carter. Well done, Dan. A try of the weekend, I couldn't decide, so here's 3 tries from Wales, Scotland and France.
Owens, bigger on the loop, dummy, show, goal, into the 22. Lee Halfpenny in support, 5 metres short. Gareth Davis, George North, 2 metres short. Bigger, they give it width. Scott Williams, Lee Halfpenny. Liam Williams cuts in field. Liam Williams, 5, 4, 3. Is he over? No, not yet. What a
And Russell just shapes the pass and then chips, and it's well placed and well taken, and a chance, and there will be a try, and it's Hugh Jones! Hugh Jones under the posts!
And there's another one, Tusi PC, who plays for Bristol. Pikamal. The defenders bounce off the Northampton number 8. And the French are in full song. They've got extra players out wide. Vakatawa, is he going to score a hat-trick of tries? He's going to score his 3rd. Vakatawa, it's as easy as that. Well,
that's it from me. I'll bring you my preview for this coming weekend's matches, and let's see what happens. Maybe we get some upsets. Enjoy.